Overthinking is not really about thinking too much, but rather about not knowing exactly when to stop the mental noise. It is a familiar feeling where your mind never shuts down, even when your physical body is completely exhausted and drained. We often lie awake while the clock ticks away, trapped in a loop of scenarios that have not happened yet. This mental exhaustion is the price we pay for living in a world that demands our attention every single second. The modern mind is constantly stretched thin by endless information, high expectations, and a deep fear of making a mistake. We carry these heavy burdens invisibly, walking through our days while a storm rages silently inside our tired heads. Overthinking often disguises itself as preparation, making you feel like you are being productive when you are actually just stalling. What we tell ourselves that if we think about it enough, we can control the outcome and prevent any possible pain, but this is merely sophisticated procrastination, a way to avoid taking action by hiding behind a wall of endless analysis. The more you try to control these thoughts, the louder they become, creating a chaotic noise that drowns out intuition. Trying to suppress overthinking is like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more you lose. We need a fundamental shift in how we view our minds, not just a temporary fix or a positive quote. You do not need to force yourself to think more positively. You simply need to reset your mental system daily. Think of your mind like a web browser with too many tabs open. If you never close them, you crash. These open loops drain your energy battery silently in the background, leaving you with nothing left for the present moment. The goal is not to stop the rain of thoughts, but to ensure you do not get soaked by them. We must learn to separate thinking from awareness, realizing that you are the observer, not the noise in your head. Thoughts are simply events that happen to you, much like the weather. They are not who you essentially are. When you observe your thoughts instead of arguing with them, you begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Most of our suffering comes from the internal debate we hold, constantly fighting against what is already happening right now. Instead, imagine your thoughts are like leaves floating down a stream. Watch them pass by without trying to catch them. This brings us to the importance of one intentional pause a day, a crucial habit for a healthy mind. You do not need long meditation sessions or complex techniques to find peace. Just a moment to break the circuit, just one intentional moment of silence can disrupt the momentum of anxiety and bring you back to the driver's seat. When you stop stirring the water, the mud settles on its own, and clarity returns naturally without any forced effort. This pause is not about being lazy. It is a strategic reset that allows your brain to function correctly again. We must learn to unplug ourselves from the matrix of demand, even if it is just for 60 seconds daily. Another powerful technique is to contain the mind rather than suppress it, giving your worries a specific time and place. Set a specific time frame for thinking about your problems, instead of letting them spill over into your entire day. When worry is allowed to roam free, it contaminates your breakfast, your work, your relationships, and your sleep quality. By scheduling your worry time, you tell your mind that it will be heard, just not right at this moment. When the mind knows it will be listened to later, it stops screaming for attention and allows you to focus. To truly reset, we must return to the body, because overthinking lives in the head, but calm lives in the body. Physical sensations act as an anchor, pulling your consciousness out of the abstract future and back into the concrete present. Focusing on your breath or the feeling of your feet on the ground interrupts the narrative playing in your mind. Somatic practices help you realize that right here and right now, in this physical moment, you are actually okay. Resetting every day helps you avoid carrying mental garbage from yesterday into the fresh potential of a new morning. This practice leads to clearer decisions, lighter emotions, and a deeper sleep that truly restores your body and mind. The goal is not to run out of thoughts, but to reach a state where you are not led by them. Peace does not come from solving every single thought, but from knowing you can put them down at any time. It comes from the deep realization that you have the power to let go, at least once every single day. When you master the art of the daily reset, you reclaim your life from the grip of anxiety and fear. Start today by simply observing your mind without judgment, and see how much lighter your world begins to feel. You are the keeper of your own peace, and that peace is always available, waiting for you to tune in. Remember that your thoughts are small compared to the vastness of your awareness and the depth of your being. So, take a deep breath, reset your system, and step forward into your life with a renewed sense of clarity. The journey of 1,000 miles begins not with a step, but with a clear mind ready to take it. When we are present, we connect better with those we love, creating memories that are real and not just imagined. Your life is a story being written right now. Do not let overthinking edit the pages before they are written. Feel the freedom that comes when you realize you do not have to believe everything your mind tells you today. Balance is not something you find, yet it is something you create by constantly resetting and adjusting your internal state. Look inward and find that quiet space that exists between your thoughts, for that is where your true power lies. Let your mind be like a ship that uses the wind of thought to move, but is steered by you. Flexibility of mind allows you to bend with the stresses of life without breaking under the pressure of overthinking. Nurture your mind as you would a garden. Pull out the weeds of worry so the flowers of creativity bloom. Clarity splits your confusion into manageable parts, allowing you to see the true colors of your life's situation. In moments of high focus, overthinking disappears because survival and success require you to be completely here and now. Observe nature. Animals do not stress about tomorrow. They simply live, and we can learn much from their presence. Even simple chores can become a refuge from overthinking if you perform them with total attention and mindfulness. The blue sky of your awareness is always there, even when the clouds of heavy thought seem to cover it. Sometimes you just need to let go of the brakes and trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. Savor the small moments, for they are the building blocks of a life well lived and a mind well rested. Creativity is the antidote to anxiety. When you create, you channel your mental energy into something tangible and beautiful. Be a lighthouse for yourself. Stand firm in your values and let your inner light guide you through darkness. Life is complex and messy, but it is also organized and beautiful if we step back to see the whole. Laughter breaks the loop of overthinking instantly, reminding your body that it is safe to relax and enjoy. Let the external world blur for a moment so you can focus on the internal world that needs your care. Action clears the fog of doubt. Doing one small thing is better than thinking about 10 big things perfectly. Most of our fears are brittle like dry leaves. They crumble to dust when we actually touch them with courage. Replace fear with curiosity. Wonder what might go right instead of constantly worrying about what might go wrong. Connection pulls us out of our heads and into the hearts of others, grounding us in love and shared reality. Life is a balancing act, and you cannot balance if you are looking backwards or too far forwards. Wake up from the trance of overthinking and realize that you have been dreaming with your eyes open all along. Every moment is a fresh seed. Do not water it with the toxic chemicals of past regrets or future fears. Endurance is mental. When you conquer your mind, you can push your body further than you ever thought possible. Let the waves of time wash away your past mistakes. They do not define who you are in this moment. Be kind to yourself. Your mind is doing its best to protect you, even if its methods are sometimes outdated. Trust your instincts. They are faster and often more accurate than the slow, plodding logic of your anxious mind. Find your flow state, that magical zone where time disappears and the noisy voice in your head finally goes silent. Watch your thoughts like sparks from a fire. They appear, yet they shine for a moment, and then they vanish into nothing. Do nothing for a while and see what happens. Often the best solutions appear when we stop hunting for them. Your inner compass works best when you are still. Constant movement makes the needle spin wildly and lose true north. Rituals can anchor us. Create small daily rituals that signal safety and order to your primitive, worried brain. Know when to close the book on a problem. Sometimes the answer is not in reading more, but in sleeping. Insight often comes like streetlights turning on. Not all at once, but illuminating enough of the path to keep moving. Put down the backpack of what-ifs you have been carrying. You do not need it for the journey today. Confusion is just mental mist. Have patience, wait for the sun of awareness to rise, and it will clear. Go with the flow of life rather than paddling upstream against reality. It saves energy and gets you there faster. One negative thought can knock down 1,000 others. Catch the first domino before it falls and stop the chain. Center yourself like clay on a wheel. If you are off-center, everything you try to build will eventually wobble. Let your thoughts flow like a waterfall, always moving, never stagnant, cleaning themselves through the process of constant motion. Engage your senses fully. You cannot be lost in the past when you are truly smelling a rose today. The mind loves to spin in circles. Your job is to put the wheels on the ground and move forward. Slow down your output. When you speak and write slower, your thoughts have time to align and calm down. Boundaries are essential. So learn to say no to demands that overstimulate your mind and disrupt your hard-earned peace. Curate your input. What you let into your ears and eyes becomes the furniture of your mind's living room. Declutter your physical space to help declutter your mental space. The outer world reflects the inner world's condition. Watch the river of time flow. Realize that this moment of anxiety is just a drop in a vast ocean. Do not be afraid of the mess. Working through your thoughts is dirty work, but the result is a clean mind. Cooking can be therapy. The transformation of ingredients requires presence and patience, leaving no room for overthinking. Create a sanctuary for yourself, a place where your mind knows it is safe to put down its shield. As unconditional love from a pet or a friend reminds us that we are worthy simply because we exist here. As the sun sets, let your worries set with it. Give yourself permission to start fresh again tomorrow morning. Disconnect to reconnect. Turning off your screens is often the best way to turn on your inner peace. Sleep is the ultimate reset. Prioritize it above all else. For a tired mind is a breeding ground for anxiety. Allow your subconscious to heal you while you sleep. Trust that your brain knows how to repair itself. Wake up with the intention to be kind to your mind today, treating it like a valued partner. Hydrate your body and your mind. Clarity often comes from physical well-being and taking care of basic needs. Yesterday is a heavy coat that you do not need to wear today. Leave it on the hook. So step into the world with confidence, knowing that you have the tools to manage whatever thoughts may arise. Keep your distance from the chaos. Maintain the perspective of the observer even in the middle of a busy day. Share your peace. A calm mind is contagious and can help heal the anxiety of those around you. Listen to the rhythm of your heart. It has been beating for you since before you could even think. Find pockets of peace in the city. You do not need a mountain retreat to find silence within yourself. Build your inner resilience brick by brick, thought by thought, until you have a fortress of peace. Service to others is a quick way to exit the maze of self-centered overthinking and enter the real world. Move forward with purpose, leaving the trails of your worries behind you as you soar to new heights. And seek wisdom from those who came before. You are not the first to struggle with the noise of the mind. Practice the art of release physically. Tense your muscles and then let them go to feel the difference. Do not fear the rain of emotions. Getting wet is part of being human, and it makes you feel alive. Let things fall where they may. Trusting the universe's gravity takes the weight off your own tired shoulders. Perspective is everything. Your problems are small when viewed against the backdrop of the eternal and vast ocean. Your peace creates ripples that touch everyone around you, making the world a slightly calmer place to live in. Cultivate your inner light so that when darkness comes, you do not need to look outside for a torch. Nature knows when to rest and when to grow. Align your own cycles with this natural and ancient wisdom. Sing your song even in the winter of your mind. Joy is a choice that you can make anytime. Thank you for watching Infinite Book Journeys. Please subscribe for more wisdom, and remember to reset your mind every day.